hopefully I can show you this part here. This one, make a video of the flip round. Because the first two times I was trying to do it got corrupted. We have here Arizona. Arizona is 64 all. Less than 4 minutes to go. Gonzaga leads UTSA 56-45. Carl is all over Southeast Louisiana 61-36. Hawaii trying to keep it close with the UNLV, but still down 12, still in reasonable distance, but they can't score it too much. Stanford up 40-29 over Portland. Stanford. Portland couldn't let it get off hand. And they are in the second quarter. And William Mary 59-57 or a high point with 150 in the fourth. And New Mexico State 50-49 over Pacific in the Women's NIT. And then some you missed in the earlier where I was doing the parts. Texas Tech 65-40 over Wyoming in the WBIT. Texas Tech advances to play Virginia Tech and Lindenwood advances to second round Women's NIT. The day and game time to be determined. And location. If that's if the team that got to buy the second round is unable to host.
Wrap around the leg means nothing. Look at her run there. Even with the wrap.
Hasn't missed a step as Cunningham gets cleaned up. What a difference when Cunningham is on the floor for Arizona. Fouled out, playing only 14 minutes in the first meeting this season. And she's had a terrific night here with 19 points, 11 rebounds as we take a look. Belmont with the victory against Middle Tennessee State, 64-51. The winner of this one will take on Belmont.
Well, with Cunningham out now this possession, they have the one post player in Isis Bay. Do they run a little bit different offense? You have Jones setting that pick, that high pick there. Maybe they get something with Jones to the bucket or an outside shot.
And letting it fly, no good for Paris. Tipped out, Feldman tracks it down. Ooh. Feldman for three, knocks it down. And goes back with a smile on her face. And the Lumberjacks up by 5, 2:35 remaining.
And it's been Feldman this last minute or so. That beautiful jump shot. On the break.
There's time out Arizona Wild.
You have one timeout left as they call a timeout here. You've got New Mexico State in the penalty. You got to go to the rack here, you would think. You don't necessarily need a three yet. Yeah, but you're down 2 possessions. I would think they'd want to go to the basket and then send offensive crashing to the boards as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see, Lismus pass it into Nia James. Either Nia James is going to take that drive down the middle or she's going to pass it back to Liz and have her drive up.
Nobody with 4 personal fouls in the ball game, so that's not a factor. Smith to James. She's going to look to work on the left side up top. Ward has a look at a wide open 3. Misses it wide left. Rebound New Mexico State. Boy, she hesitated. You would like to see her just go up with that initially and not think about it. And the wide open three by Sydney Ward, which New Mexico State allowed her to shoot, missed wide left, and then the Aggies grab the rebound. Less than 16 seconds, the Tigers commit their fourth foul, and now they have to foul, and they do so. That'll send Jayla Harding for 2 free throws as Pacific with 13.8 seconds remaining. Might see their season coming to an end here, Celeste, as failing to execute here in the second half offensively. Too many turnovers. And New Mexico State's great defense all game long is maybe going to award them the victory here. Let's see. Harding misses the first free throw. 1 out of 2. Those are her first free throws of the ball game. 81% are on the air. Makes it a 54-49 New Mexico State lead by 5. The Tigers used their last timeout. So it's still a 2-possession game. Now you got to, I would think, take it to the rack for sure. Either make them foul you or get an easy layup and then get a steal here and a kick out for a 3-point shot attempt.
Absolutely, that's how I would call it too. Get to that free throw line, right? So get the ball in as quick as you can. Try to draw that foul as quick as you can. You're working against the clock now.
So the New Mexico State Ball Club, 17-15 this year, looking for their 18th win and to advance to the second round of the WNIT to take on North Dakota State. The Aggies have shot 34% from the floor in a ball game, 19 of 56, but 5 of 13 from beyond the arc. 4 of those 5 triples here in the second half. In that third quarter, we saw the Aggies take over this ball game with a 25-7 run in that third quarter that Pacific's going to look back on and think about all off season should they go on to lose tonight. All right, here we go. Anaya James brings it in to Smith. She's going to take a 3 off the basket there, off the backboard stanchion off the back. Not sure why the Tigers shot that so quickly. Interesting. It is going to be New Mexico State basketball, and now with 11.2 seconds left,
And looks like New Mexico State is going to win that one over Pacific in the WNIT. Now let's see if Arizona can force
Give Arizona 7 seconds. If you make it, you're in great shape. Even if you miss, you're in pretty good shape because Arizona's got to go the other way pretty quickly.
Wildcats with 1 timeout remaining. And there's the block. Out of bounds. Great defense by the Wildcats. 2.4 seconds remaining. Shot. 9.8 game clocks. We take another look.
Yeah, what a block there. Double block, triple block right there. We saw 2 blocks there by Arizona, and it was, I think it was Isis Bay and Swan that got a hand on it.
So we got a timeout. So if you're on the Arizona side, Matt, what is the message here?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously, you've got to stop baseline out of bounds play. You've got to stop anything inside the paint. An easy layup. You know, they have a lot of tough plays in the paint underneath the bucket, screen the screener and things like that. Do they throw that little lob to Glancy, which they've already done once? We saw that today. You want to kind of defend from the paint out. The key, though, you got to hopefully get a miss. You've got to get the defensive rebound and then attack. I'll be interested to see what Adia Barnes does. If they get the ball down too, does she just let them go? Which I have a feeling she will. They do have 1 timeout. They could call a timeout and call a play. She might just let them go because they're going to have right around 6-7 seconds.
You look at the side of the bracket of these 2 teams. James Madison and Marquette will square off the second round, and then Belmont awaiting the winner of this one between NAU and Arizona. What a finish we have going on here at McHale Center. Isis Bay and company, can they come up with a stop here?
I was going to say, no one had Feldman. got to really communicate on these baseline plays. There it was.
Ball is free. Moran gets it up and is blocked by Jones.
Okay.
Shot clock violation. The Wildcats use their final timeout with 6.9 seconds remaining, down by 2.
Well, Arizona did their job on that play defensively. Not only get the block, but the rebound there. I actually like the timeout there with 6.9. If there were 15 seconds, Adia Barnes maybe lets the team just go. Let them run. But with 6.9, I think you want to call something and set something up.
Yeah. Well, Arizona, they've had some tight finishes this season. You take it back to the Baylor game right here. Little Mikhail Magic. Out of bounds play to Isis Bay. That forced the game to overtime.
You see that terrific screen. I think that was Jada Williams to get Bay open. That kind of smart Bay season gave her the confidence. They called that play for her to tie it up. And, not going to have the same play because they're going to have a lot longer to go right here. But it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. Do they get it to one of their guards, try to create, get into the lane, and then maybe dish off to Bay or Cunningham? I think no timeouts for Arizona, right? If you had a timeout, you might try to get it into a spot and even call another one. See, they're going to have the ball, I think, though, right out of bounds here in the exact same spot.
So if you're Arizona, where do you go?
So they could call that play. I mean, do they call the exact same play? Does NAU know?
Have they seen that?
Have they seen that play?
Yes.
And look at the play. Maybe they call the same exact play. Now, right now, I'm looking where Isis Bay is. Look where she is. She's in the exact same spot she was for the play against Baylor. And we'll see, but they're going to probably play zone. NAU might play a zone, so it's probably not going to be available.
And it's going to be a foul right there against NAU. That's their third team foul, so they got still one more foul to give.
And I bet they give it. I mean, they're gonna let Arizona catch, probably make a play here, and then foul them one more time. I think they'll foul them one more time and try to get the clock down to like 4 seconds or so.
So again, Arizona out of timeouts. NAU still with 3. Lumberjacks with 1 foul to give. Rolf dribbling. Got to get it up. Got to get it up. And that is it. The NAU Lumberjacks come into McHale Center and get the victory over the Arizona Wildcats as U of A fails to get a shot off. NAU with the 71-69 victory.
Yeah, gutsy win on the road for NAU. I thought they...
And wow. And I don't know, did they think Northern Arizona was going to foul in there? They must have thought they were going to foul, and they didn't. Good luck right there, just in the handoff. And then you kicked it back out. And then there was like a second left on the clock. Oh wow, what a meltdown by Arizona. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a meltdown. For them. Wow. And just as a coach, that's gotta feel like, like, man, that's gotta be the worst feeling as a coach. Because, well, I mean, wow. Wow. In Pacific New Mexico State wins 54-48 in the first round of Women's NIT. Then we have Gonzaga, they win 67-51 over UTSA. And then Stanford up 40-29 in Portland, 51-36 UNLV up on Hawaii. And we have Southeastern Louisiana down blown up by Colorado 73-41. So we can go to a little bit of Hawaii at UNLV maybe. But there's not really much whip around left to. And then William and Mary now wins right to play. number one seeds Texas as the number 1 overall seed. And number 2 overall seed in Texas plays William and Mary. I'm assuming top 2 overall seeds, but maybe not. You know? Are the times being picked up? So we have Missouri State, Minnesota at in Springfield, Missouri. Marquette, James Madison, Harrisonburg, Pennsylvania. Or Harrisonburg, Virginia, my bad. Villanova at St. Joseph's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Texas Tech at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. And then we have some women's NIT teams being picked here. We have Duquesne playing Miami of Ohio, just like I thought, at Miami of Ohio on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then 2 Eastern, Army at Rutgers. So now we got a Big Ten BTN Plus or Big Ten Network. Could be most likely Big Ten Network Plus, but could be a BTN, who knows? Depending on what their time schedule is like. Then we have Massachusetts University, Massachusetts at Buffalo at 2 Eastern. And ESPN Plus, we have Western at Illinois State, that'll be at 3 Eastern. That should be an ESPN Plus. Then Lindenwood will travel to Tarleton State at 3 Eastern and play in the second round. And then a night game at Southern Indiana. It will be Campbell at Southern Indiana at 7 Eastern. And then, who knows when these WBIT second round games will be. And then we have some other games. Yeah, we have one on Monday. Here it is, Abilene Christian in Central Arkansas at 7:30 Eastern. And then we have any on Tuesday. Yeah, there's a couple on Tuesday here. There's Cleveland State hosting, as well as Purdue for Halloween. So they're hosting. So all the teams that got a bye are hosting so far in the second round. So, and yeah, and we'll see if we can do some work around in the WNIT or WBIT games. But we will see. We will see though. Well, but yeah, that is it for games right now. I'm sure more will be updated later, as they are figured out. But the schools that already hosted, the first round games, or second round, are hosting second round games. They already picked, they got the bye, they're hosting, and they already picked, their times and days and stuff. So they're able to get that all situated, so, they know, pretty much, right away. Okay, they're gonna contact the team and be like, hey, this is what time the game is gonna be. So, which I like. And then, yeah. So, there are still a good bit of women's NIT teams on. There's 6 so far on the 16. And then there will be one on Monday here. So far, one on Monday. And then 2 on Tuesday. So, and the only games on Tuesday will be women's NIT games. So, I will let you know on the. I will do some more later. Of if there's like Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday of the women's NIT, and if I can. Let's do a little bit of UNLV. Here. And then the game times will be, once the game times are announced for tomorrow's games, I will let you know. Like when they're announced. And I'll let you know on more game times being announced for the the women's NIT. I'll let you know on those game times because and I'll let you know the dates. And a lot of them are being picked early. Are being announced early so that like the schools know the time for the game. And they know it's gonna be when the winner is going to play. They know that, so so they do know that, so which I like, but I do like it, but yeah, and on Monday, like I said, Monday will be WNIT will prom, and on Tuesday will be some of that as well. And that's if there are enough games to do a one with. No, there will be. There will be with prom done if there are enough to do with prom. That's if. I'm not guaranteeing it because if there's only one game on, they what they say though, that they say that there's so many games on. I mean, that's not necessarily accurate though. So I think they're spacing out because there could be those many games on. And then they space out over 3 games, so it's 6, maybe 5 and 5. So.
From the Cox Pavilion in Las Vegas, Nevada, 55-44, Hawaii, and they're showing that defensive grit that has really led them throughout the entirety of this campaign.
And you know what's at stake? Your season ends if you lose, and Lily Wahine Kapu, I mean, she knows that. We've seen her do it offensively, and then they're just pressuring the ball, getting in the passing lane, making it tough, trying to create the turnover. I mean, she does not want to go home, that's for sure.
She's playing great basketball right now, 16 points. UNLV will have 13 seconds remaining coming out of the break on the shot clock. Go back, we were talking about NCAA champions. I'm going to put my hat out for UConn. I think Gino they haven't won a title in a long time, and I think Paige Beckers gets the championships to kind of cement herself as one of the best college basketball players of all time.
Okay, I can see that. I think I also, if I didn't fill out a bracket, but I really like USC as well.
Okay,
They kind of got disrespected with that.
They did. Yeah, they did feel like that. It's Jackson to the right elbow. The jumper is good for Kiara Jackson as the shot clock was dwindling. The senior leader for UNLV, top 20 in scoring in Lady Rebel history. Big bucket, Kevin.
Huge bucket. We talk about the players being able to answer, and that's exactly what that shot was for Kiara Jackson.
That was a heat check 3 there by Wahine Kapu. It's an air ball, but keep her head up. She has had not only a great day, but a great career at Hawaii.
Just unbelievable talent. And we heard Coach Laura Beeman talk about her before the game. Just an unbelievable person as well. I mean, representing her state, a local, and like you said, I mean, just a great college career. capping it off this season as a senior as the Big West Player of the Year.
And when you've scored over 1,000 points in your career, you have something to be very proud about.
Exactly. And not only that, but you look across her stats, she does it all for this team and leaves it out there game in and game out. Just, that's the type of player, a star player that, doesn't want the praise, doesn't want the glory, and that's Lily Wahine Kapu.
That foul that Hawaii committed on Kiara Jackson, that's the 15th team foul, so UNLV in the bonus for the remainder of this ball game. 58-44 is Jackson, it's the free throw. Kiara, 73% from the charity stripe this year. UNLV, 74% on the year. 5th best in the Mountain West. Jackson hits both. And in a game where we did not have a lot of fouls, this game flew by. I mean, we barely are hitting 2 hours right now. Not even 2 hours. We're at barely an hour and a half. 1 minute to go is a three from the left corner. Hawaii needs it. They don't get it. Jackson's able to come away with the rebound. She's in a lot of trouble, and she's able to draw the foul with a smile on her face. A rare smile for Jackson. If you followed the Lady Rebels throughout Jackson's career, no emotion.
No emotion. We use a lot of words like even-keeled and unfazed for Kiara Jackson because that's what she is. She never gets too high, never gets too low. So that's a cool sign to see Kiara Jackson flash a smile out there.
And I know for UNLV and obviously for Hawaii, they're not going to get the end result that they want as Imai picked up the personal foul. She is fouled out of the ball game. But for UNLV, they were trying for history. Be the first team in Mountain West history to win 4 straight regular season championships and tournament championships. Their run ended in the semifinals to San Diego State, who won a thriller against Wyoming. I mean, that game I felt was going to go forever. San Diego State will be playing, as a timeout's on the court, we'll keep it with you here. San Diego State will be playing LSU in the first round matchup. But for the Lady Rebels,
So that one is pretty much over. And UNLV is going to beat Hawaii in Hawaii now. They're still going to try to fight hard as they can, though. Keep their season going as much as they can. And we have a timeout, so that'll be it for the whip round here. In the for the WNIT, WBIT here. We'll do some whip round on Sunday if I can. In the tournaments. And I see there's still 6 games here. I've done for the women's NIT. And then on Monday Sunday the time's 1 for and still the 2 for Tuesday. There could be 5 up to 5 on Tuesday, but there could be more. Yeah, the 5 on Monday, but that could change. There could be more, there could be less. So